Hi everybody, this is Cody with the Peep House, one of our shows on miniature farms. And today I'm going to basically share with you what to do when you have a little chicken, one of your hens that starts getting broody. And what that means is when one of your chickens decides it's springtime and they want to start setting. In this situation, I've got a little Bantam. Not one of these, but the problem is I have 4 hens and I don't have a rooster, so what that means is the eggs are not fertile. And so what I needed to do is I went online and I found a local chicken grower that had some fertile eggs, and it turns out that the eggs that I found are actually the same breed of egg that of the hen that had started to get broody. Her name is Silvie, and she's a little silver Seabright or Silver Lace Wyandotte, I don't know. Anyways, I think she's a Silver Seabright, and she's actually sitting in the middle nest right now, because the thing is when a hen gets broody, she'll start sitting on the eggs. Unbeknownst to her, it's just a natural instinct, and so I've got a little mommy in here that wants to raise some babies. So watch what happens when I open the lid. This is how a hen that's setting on her little clutch of eggs reacts when danger is present. Okay, she didn't react, but usually she ruffles her little feathers out. And so what I've done is I've gone and gotten 8 eggs that we're going to put under her, and they're the same eggs, the size of eggs that she lays. And that's her little head right there with the rose comb. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the little, because I'm not going to be able to leave her in there because, well, for obvious reasons, the other laying hens, they're still laying in those nesting boxes, and so they're going to be bugging her, and they'll be, she still has to get off for food and water. And so to give her some privacy and let her set on these eggs that I've purchased. In fact, I got 8 for $6.65. So what I'm doing over here is I'm building her own little, I guess it would be her own little coop. Now the reason why I'm going to such elaborate measures is because we have feral cats that live in this neighborhood, and I don't want to wake up one morning and have that little bird's feathers all over the yard because they found her in the middle of the night and decided to kill her. So what I'm doing is this is just an old crate that I found out of a dumpster, and somebody was just going to throw it away. What I'm going to be doing, and I believe in cheap is best, I'm just taking some old cardboard. I took a cardboard box and I'm lining the inside of it, and what I'm going to be doing is I'll be flipping this over like this. So the bottom will be the roof, and the cardboard will be the sides, of course, and it'll have an open bottom. Now, why have an open bottom? Well, because it's good to not be constipated. Okay, no, the bottom line is, get that? Eggs, when they're developing, a lot of times people think, oh yeah, I'll just put her in a little box or above the ground in a cage and put her on the eggs. Well, the problem with that is it's too dry. So what we need to do is we need to have an open bottom box that will allow her to put the eggs, or I'll be putting the eggs on the ground. For example, let's pretend like I was going to flip the box over right here. See the soil right there? That is nice, moist soil. And what that provides is moisture to keep the eggs nice and humidified so that they don't dry out in the embryo or in the egg sac and die. And that happens a lot. And that's why, if you're wondering why your chickens aren't hatching out every time you're putting them in that box or in that crate above the ground, that's why. It's not your hen's fault, it's your fault. Normally in a natural setting, they'll go and find a corner off. I could even put her inside this box right here, that laying box, and it would provide moisture for the eggs to develop properly. And so what I need to do is just find a place in the yard where I'll be able to do that, and then put the eggs underneath her. And the best time to for example, they've grown up in the peep house, and so what I need to do when it gets dark tonight, I'm going to be taking Silvie out of the nesting box. I'm going to be sneaking her over to the new box, and I'm going to place her on top of the eggs. And then in 21 days, we're going to have baby chicks, and so I'll just document along the way. This will be one of the segments of the peep house on miniature farms. And let's see what happens in 21 days when these 8 eggs decide to either hatch out or die. Now, within the box, what I'll have is, obviously I'm going to have food, even though she doesn't get up as often as forage as often as normal. I'll be using this water right here to make sure she's got plenty of water, and then I've got a feeder that she'll have access to food. And then what I'll do inside the box is I'll take a box and flip a box upside down inside the box as well, and that will be her little nest. And then I'll put some wood shavings or straw, either or, it doesn't really matter. I've got a whole barrel of straw right here, and I'll make that her nest, because that's what she's accustomed to in the nesting boxes. I'll just use some straw, and that's pretty much it. Food, water, comfort, protection from the wind, protection from wild animals that could threaten her life, and we'll call it Silvie's 21-day retreat on the peep house. See you later.